All right, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise and all the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations unto the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out his truth and sincerity. And just want to do a quick video. This is going to be, impromptu, just turning on the camera, and you have this integration of, militaries taking place, between Israel and America, and it's obviously still in the works. Everything's kind of getting pushed forward, and this is something that we've been telling y'all, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai would come to pass. As a matter of fact, let me just pull this precept up. All right, in Jeremiah 50. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 50. Bear with me as I do this in transit. Jeremiah 50. And come on now. Jeremiah 50 and around 45th verse. Yep. All right. So Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 45, it says, "Therefore hear ye this counsel among the Lord, or of the Lord, that he hath taken against Babylon." All right. And for those of you that don't know, Babylon, or Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, all right, the whore that rideth upon the beast. Okay, these are all synonyms of America, all right, pursuant to end time prophecy. All right, so here in this prophecy, this is speaking about the Babylon that we're living in today, which is known as America. All right, it says, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans." Now, if you know anything about ancient times, all right, or any ancient history, you understand that the Babylonians, all right, were those Chaldeans. All right, it says, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." All right, so that's key for you to understand. It said he said, "Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." All right, so who is this least of the flock that shall make Babylon the Great, or America, Babylon, all right, the modern day Babylon? Who is it that's going to be lined up with America, that's going to make this place desolate with them? Well, you see here in plain view, in front row view, Israel, or the land of Israel, or the state of Israel, I'd rather say. All right, this is what we see taking place, man. As the scriptures talk about earlier in this chapter, Jeremiah 50, matter of fact, let's go up to it, 22, says, "A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction." And this is what we see. This is what we see right here, man. This is exactly what we see right here, man. The Lord sounding that sound of battle in the land. Okay? The Lord talking about joining these two militaries up for what? What's the purpose on this earth for these two nations to be teamed up? Okay? Militarily. What's the purpose of that? Well, the purpose of that is for this place to be destroyed alongside the state of Israel, man. That's what the Lord and the scriptures has planned. All right. This is what the Lord is getting ready to have happen over there in the Middle East. All right, the build up to this. Guess what he's doing over there? What we see taking place right now over there in the Middle East with the whole conflict between Iran, Lebanon, all right, Hezbollah, the Houthis as well, All right, all these different Gulf nations, all that conflict that's taking place out there, it's all building up for what the world is getting ready to come out and say, is that they despise and hate America, Babylon the Great, and the least of the flock, which is the small hats, man. All right, and it's clear and evident that it's already, that's what's already been pushed out there, man. All right, you have all types of anti-small hat, rhetoric going out, all over the four corners of America, man. Don't nobody like these damn rats. That's why these Babylonians, man, they're bugging the hell out, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with their country, because this was what they voted for. And now it's coming out. Well, not that it's now coming out, but now people are starting to come to the realization that a majority of their tax money is being sent over to these gutter rats, man. And now you're starting to see that as Israel, the state of Israel, has dragged America into these wars, now all of a sudden now their militaries are having to join, as far as sharing sensitive information, technology, and so on and so forth, or at least this is what their so-called MO is, as far as joining militaries. And people ain't with it, man. This is ultimately what we're going to see happen, especially here, in regards with America, is that you're going to see an uprising against of the people, man. You're going to see the insurrection spoken about in 2 Ezra chapter 15. That's what you're going to see happen. Okay? People with swords in their hands standing up to fight, man. Okay? See, these small hats, man, they play the long game. And they've been playing that game for a long time. And you Americans are just now catching on to what's happening, and you don't even realize that you've been caught in their trap. All right, let me get this real quick in 2 Ezra 15 before I butcher it. Verse 15, it says, "For the sword and I'll start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And there you go. That's that civil war. People standing up to fight with swords in their hands? What's that? What's the modern day killing instrument? Okay, then. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men," and everybody should be familiar with that word, sedition. "And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Meaning, people are going to take matters into their own hands. Because people have about had it with these damn politicians, man. Ain't nobody trying to deal with listen to these damn devils, man, that are in so-called office. These dudes ain't no leaders. They're a bunch of paid actors, all right, paid to say a particular thing and to act a particular way for their benefactors. All right, including your president, Donald Trump. He's a paid actor, man. All right, and his payees, all right, are on the same table as the rest of these small hats, man. All right. So all this information that's been coming out, man, people are watching, man. People are seeing this shit. Because we're in that time frame where, as it talks about in Daniel's, that knowledge shall increase. We're in that time frame where people are all over social media, all over the internet, looking at little videos, and people coming out with little YouTube shorts and TikToks and whatever else you got out there, that people are putting out certain information in little 60-second videos, and people are watching these things, man. And people are becoming privy to what's happening. We're not in a time frame where, information is being hidden. Now, the Lord has already set out the prophets, all right, as the scriptures say, that I shall not hide your teachers in a corner any longer. All right, the prophets of Yahweh by Shem Shai, the true teachers of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding have been pushed out to the four corners of the earth. But now you're starting to get to a point to where even the regular Joe Schmo is pushing out information, and it's hard to not come across this and be upset if you're a person of the world. Okay? Because that's how easy information is being passed in this time of information. Because that's the time that we're living in, the age of information. Salakia. All right. So this thing's about to get real crazy out here, man. You know, who knows what's going to come out of this whole integration between the two militaries, and really it's not what you would think when you hear integration, but it's more of a sharing of information. Okay, that's pretty much what they're trying to get at. But nonetheless, there ain't nothing good that's gonna come out from any of this, man. All that you've been hearing in the news lately is how Donald Trump's been mad at Yahoo. Okay, so you know it's all a ploy, man. There's a purpose behind everything that these devils do. Okay. So, hey, you know, Lord's will was edifying. I just wanted to bring this out real quick. I want to give all the praise and all the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachahak Wadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out His truth and His truth and sincerity. With that, I say Shalom.